He does all kinds of baseball stuff, as we know, like crazy. Baseball Today on John Boy Media. And, of course, he's also with the NFL Network. And he joins us on a very regular basis. He's Mr. Chris Rose. Hello, Chris.
Oh, Chris, you keep us regular.
Wow.
Thanks, man.
I didn't say that.
I did. I don't care.
Well, we can only go up from here.
That's true.
We tried to flush it down. Okay.
Wow.
That's why we love you.
Rim shot.
Play along. Thank you.
That was beautiful. I appreciate that. Before we get to other such things, we just had a nice young guy on our show, Jacob Infante from Pro Football and Sports Network. He has a 3-round mock out, and he had Ty Simpson going at 44. And we were discussing, if he's on the board at 39 and you're the Browns and you're Todd Monken and you have a great working knowledge of him, you taking Ty Simpson in the second round if he happens to still be on the board?
I don't think you'll have that opportunity.
Okay.
But I don't. I think that there's too many teams at the top ahead of us at the second round that might think about it. But if he is there, I don't.
I'm overwhelmed by your excitement on him.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm having a hard time getting excited about him. I don't think so. That's what I think.
Okay.
I get it. Some people fell in love with him for the first 7 or 8 games last year, and then they said as his play deteriorated, things deteriorated around him. Right? That's the hard thing about judging a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't think so, but suppose I could be convinced in another direction. Here's where I sit with the second round quarterback. When you draft a guy in the second round, aren't you hoping that he becomes the franchise quarterback?
Yes.
I mean, you never draft a guy in the second round to say that, oh, yeah, I want a career backup. Like, third round, that's where it kind of gets interesting. It's usually guys who have played a long time in college and have starts, and you're like, yeah, I could see him being a backup, and if we need to put him in there for a month because of injury, we could maybe go 2-2, right? I think that's kind of the sweet spot for that philosophy. I've never understood let's take him at the top of the second round. It's usually because nobody felt like trading up for him at the end of the first. So I don't know how that's how I see guys taking him second round.
Yeah, because you would think contractually you'd want to sneak him into that back end of the first round. That makes sense what you're saying. I also wonder that if Ty Simpson gets pushed up, will that push up Nussmeier, Beck, Aller, those guys? Will they end up getting pushed up too if he ends up going? Because it feels like there's this gigantic hole between Mendoza and Simpson, and then Simpson and maybe Nussmeier, Beck, Aller. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do know what you're saying. Once again, I would love to hear the different philosophies on decision makers about taking a quarterback in the second round, right? Because there have been guys who have succeeded. Derek Carr's a guy that was taken early in the second round, had a really solid career. Jalen Hurts has turned into what he has, a Super Bowl champion, Super Bowl MVP. Andy Dalton is a guy, right? So those are guys who have had very successful tenures. There are also some other guys. Will Levis is probably about to be on another team. Kyle Trask was one of the throwing quarterbacks this year at the NFL scouting combine. He was a second-round pick of the Buccaneers. So I don't know. With a team that once again has as many holes, I don't know if you want to throw darts at the board hoping that happens.
It's a fascinating situation. It'll come down to what Todd Monken thinks about things, maybe, and if he can convince Andrew Berry if he thinks he's the right guy. Owners' meetings happened. The big swing and a miss comment from a year ago kind of walked back a little bit. You read what into that?
That the situation has changed. I mean, you can't put the toothpaste back in there. I mean, we all heard it, but the reality is that he is on the roster for financial reasons, and he might be the best option. Those are all accurate statements. And, I didn't quite get the extension line, but I think we just deal with the here and now, which is Shedeur showed glimpses in his 7 starts last year. The offense looked better when he participated in it, and he still might not be the answer. And he still might not be the best quarterback on this roster. So, I thought Todd Monken was very honest yesterday with his diatribe about splitting up reps. And I appreciated his candor there. And I think he really doesn't know how it's going to all unfold when we get on the field in May or what have you.
I switched gears to baseball for you. Did you go over to the games? Guardians yet?
I went on Monday, and actually we ended up doing a new segment that is going to air with Hedges and Quan for dugout discussions next week. That I think those guys, I couldn't have picked 2 better guys to do a new segment with that I think is going to be a lot of fun throughout baseball. So
you want to tease us a little? Let us know what it's about, or is it just?
Yeah, it's. I brought a pair of whiteboards for them to answer questions at the same time about teammates.
Oh, fun!
And it was. The guys were great.
What have you thought of the start of your hometown team there? Wait, tonight they're on schedule to score 6 runs, just so you know that. Tomorrow, none.
Yeah. Maybe you didn't pay attention to who's pitching for the other team.
I didn't. Yeah, you know what? I was just looking at the up and downs. Sorry, 0-6, 0-6. Yeah, you're probably right. So, I don't just. I'm okay with it. This is not a. You got 3 wins on a road trip to start the season, and DeLauder has been fun. Other than the fact he got hurt again last night, but it's been. I'm interested, and it's fun, especially for a team that didn't do a whole lot during the offseason.
Well, I don't know how you guys felt, but as we were watching that at bat of DeLauder and that happened, there was probably a collective 4-letter F word, and I'm not talking fans, that got screamed out by every Guardians fan as I was deciding whether or not to tweet, why did Chase DeLauder get Zadrunas' feet? So, I don't know if you noticed, he fouled the ball right off his foot the previous night, too.
Right foot, left foot, he got them both.
Yeah, it's just enough already. But, right, our first 3 series, you're going against 3 teams that finished in the top 8 last year, including 2 in the top 4 and 1 that won it all. Yeah, I'll even take 3 and 4 on this road trip. It'd be fine. Guys, the offense it's tough. There's no way around it. If Bazzana's not up by mid-May, you're going to have people pulling their hair out. And it should be. Young guys, I don't know if you've paid attention to what's gone on here the first week, but young guys are ruling the league right now. And this isn't when we grew up. Hell, it isn't even 15 years ago when we were like, well, we can't bring that guy up because he doesn't have enough minor league at-bats. Screw that stuff. Go pull up the 2024 draft and go look at the number of guys who are not only on active rosters at the major league level, but are key contributors for their team. Go look at it.
Preach!
So Travis Bazzana's got to be up here. Brian Rocchio's got to go back to short. And Gabriel Arias has got to go back to learning what a strike zone is. So that's the way it's got to be. If you're going to nickel and dime your organization, why should C.J. Kafis be getting at bats up here, but Travis Bazzana shouldn't? It's like they want to talk out of both sides of their mouth, and it's not fair to do to the players on this team and to do to the fan base, in my opinion.
Drop the mic. Best take ever. Thank you, Chris. The best ever.
The best one ever?
Well, I got to, because I've been screaming along with that.
You've had
Chris,
so many.
You said everything that I was thinking. Everything that I've been kind of preaching, talking a little bit about. I was ready to see Travis Bazzana come right out of camp. Right out of camp. I can understand why they held him back a little, but I'm telling you, by the end of the month, I want to see him here. And that's being generous, I think.
Yeah, and look, the stipulations on service time have changed in recent years.
Yep.
If your player, even if he comes, I think it's April 8th or 9th is when it becomes like a full service year for these guys because they have to be up 172 days, I want to say.
Okay.
And if that's your worry that we're going to cost ourselves a year of service time with a guy, he can still get a full year of service time if he finishes first or second in Rookie of the Year voting. But because you didn't have him on your opening day roster, you don't get the bonus pick. Like, the Pirates pulled this BS a couple of years ago with Paul Skeens. Remember, he didn't start the year up here?
Mm-hmm.
Still ended up winning Rookie of the Year in 2024. He got the full year of service time, but the Pirates did not get the first-round pick that came attached with it when your guy wins Rookie of the Year or finishes second because he was not on the opening day roster. So they were trying to play that game. They got stung, and he still got his year of service time.
Love it.
I love the idea. I'm assuming when they think he's ready, Chris, he'll be up here. But
guys, he's ready right now.
Okay.
It's not 3 weeks worth of at-bats is not going to change whether or not Travis Bazzana is going to eventually be a successful major leaguer. It's just not. So I don't know if it's strictly the service time thing. I don't know if they're trying to work for a behind-the-scenes extension. I don't know if you guys have paid attention to this, but in the previous 2 days, Seattle signed their 20-year-old future shortstop to a $95 million contract.
Yeah, he's from here. He's from Ohio. Yeah.
Right? Yeah, Cole Emerson. And then Milwaukee did it with their presumably shortstop of the future as well. They gave him a $51 million extension. He's barely played above Double-A. So teams are doing this stuff. It would make sense for the Guardians to do it with Travis Bazzana. To Louder, I understand the injury worry there, but with Bazzana, it makes sense. If you really think, if you wanted to go make him the first pick and you believe in him, give the fans a reason to go buy a jersey other than Jose Ramirez's.
Thank you.
ladies and gentlemen, Chris Rose.
Thank you.
New American Gladiators trailer out now. Where can people see it?
On my social media, at Chris Rose on Twitter. I put it out yesterday on my Instagram as well, crose127. It's coming out 2 weeks from Friday. We released the first several episodes. For people that, are our age, it's right in our wheelhouse. We pay homage to the OG recipe of it with some new twists. It was a ton of fun to do. That's all I can tell you.
Awesome. Thanks, buddy. We appreciate your time as always.
Well done. Best phone call ever.
Wow, ever. I can't handle that kind of pressure.
You've had some good ones, too.
Never before have Shaker Heights and Cleveland Heights been united as one in one thought. Thank you.
All right, boys.
Later.
Chris joining us on the Make It Right Call Kyle Wright hotline.